Welcome to the 6 a.m. club. Today is going to be more of a gentle flow. I'm just feeling like I'm needing some slow movement stretches. So it's going to be low to the ground, just be gentle stretch. We'll just be moving our body in many ways, as well as including a little bit of core. We'll just give everyone a few minutes to get settled. We're going to meet seated on our mats. You can grab a blanket if you want to sit on your blanket. And we'll begin in a moment. You're not going to need any props, just a blanket if you need. Good morning. We're going to meet in the middle of our mat, seated on a blanket, and we'll begin by closing our eyes, putting one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Drawing your navel to your spine, slightly tucking your chin down towards your chest. And then we're going to begin connecting with our breath. We're going to inhale in and down to the base of our spine. Exhaling completely, maybe even gently closing your eyes, inhaling in and down to the base of your spine, and then exhaling completely. Repeating this motion for a few more breaths, inhaling and exhaling, just connecting with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. One more breath like this, inhaling and exhaling. I invite you to continue to keep your eyes closed if they're closed. Just coming to a normal breath, releasing your hands, setting an intention for how you want to feel today, how you want to move throughout your day. Is it with ease? Is it with energy? Is it with relaxation? Whatever comes to you is what is meant for you. And once you've set your intention, I invite you to draw your hands to heart center, gently opening your eyes if they are closed. And we'll have a great class. We're going to remain seated. We're going to root down for both sits bones, walking our right hand away from us, lifting our left arm up towards the ceiling and then over towards the right. Really reaching through those fingertips, rooting down through those left hip bones, gazing up towards the ceiling, drawing your shoulders down and onto your back, and then connecting with your breath here. Your right arm can be up or you can come down onto your forearm, wherever your range of motion is, just making sure you're rooting down through that left side body, the left sits bone, making sure you're sitting equally on the mat. And then just breathing here, connecting with your breath. Inhaling and then exhaling. On your next inhale, we're going to come up to center, reaching our right arm over our left knee. We're going to extend the left arm out and then bring our body down towards our left knee. Now rooting down through that opposite hip bone, so the right hip bone, we're going to breathe here, just extending our spine in the opposite direction. On your next inhale, engaging your core, so drawing your navel to your spine, and then exhale, lengthening, and then bringing your torso down towards your legs, just a little bit more. Doing that one more time, inhale, drawing your navel to your spine, lengthening up through your spine. Exhale, see if you can come into the posture a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, we're going to come back up to center, and then doing the opposite side, so reaching the left arm over, and then reaching up with that right hand, drawing our shoulders onto our back, gaze looking up towards the ceiling, Rooting down through that right hip bone, that right side body, feeling that stretch, and then reaching with those right fingertips. The left hand, you can stay up on the fingertips or come down onto your forearm, wherever your range of motion is. And then just connecting and making sure both hip bones are equally sitting on the ground. And once you've set up your foundation, just connecting with your breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, big, long, deep inhales, like we did at the beginning. And exhaling, releasing all tension. Repeating one more time. Inhale, and then exhale. Coming back up. We're going to bring that left hand over towards the right knee, twisting through the spine, and then bringing our torso down towards our right leg. Inhale, lengthen, drawing the navel to the spine. Exhale, fold down towards the ground, releasing your head, bending your arms if you need to. Repeating that 2 more times. Inhale, drawing the navel to the spine to lengthen. Exhale, folding forward, making sure you're rooting down with that left hip bone if it's popping up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding down. On your next inhale, coming back up to center, we're going to do some neck rolls. So just bringing your hands to a comfortable position, drawing our shoulders onto our back, maybe closing your eyes and just rolling your head clockwise. Bringing your head down towards your legs gently, and then over and around, creating circles, just gently warming up your neck. And with your back at center, we're going to go in the opposite direction. Bringing your head down, chin towards your chest, and dropping your head back. Accentuating the circles, making them quite big if you can. Trying to just move your head and keeping your body still. Moving this just a few more times. And once you're back in center, stopping, grounding yourself. You might be a little bit dizzy. Connecting with your breath. We're going to interlace our hands behind our head, bringing our hands to just below that little divot in your head, so above your neck. And we're going to slowly drawing our navel to our spine, drawing our head down towards our legs, activating our spinal column, and breathing here. If you feel any discomfort, please stop and come out. Just bringing your head down towards your legs as far as you can, just moving slowly, just applying a gentle amount of pressure, not a lot. Seeing if you can activate your spine all the way down to the base of your spine. Feel this gentle stretch through all your vertebrae. Just checking in with your foundation, drawing your navel to your spine, making sure you have a nice long straight spine. And breathing here for one more breath. We're going to slowly roll up. We're going to come into child's pose now. We're going to do an active wide-legged child's pose. So bringing your legs mat width apart, feet together, activating our arms, so really reaching, keeping our forearms up off of the mat, and then dropping our head down towards the mat, leaving our forehead on the mat, and then pushing down through our hips towards our heels. Really breathing here, feeling that lengthening through your side body, feeling that nice release through your lower back, through your hips, and then the lengthening through your arms as well. On your next inhale, we're going to walk our arms over towards the right. And then rooting down through that left side body and the left hip bone, we're going to release our head down towards the mat. Just feel that stretch to the left side body. Connecting to your breath, we're going to inhale here, inhaling in down to the base of your spine. And then exhaling completely. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, we're going to walk our hands back to center and then over towards the left. Coming to whatever extension you can reach in your range of motion, and then releasing your head down towards the mat. And rooting down through that right hip bone, stretching that right side body. And just breathing here, connecting with your breath, inhaling in and down to the base of your spine. And then exhaling completely. A few more breaths like this. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. One last breath. Inhale and exhale. Walking your hands back into center. We're going to set up to tabletop. So drawing your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, spreading your fingers nice and wide. And we're going to come into cat and cow. Once you're at your tabletop, I'm going to come to the side so you can see a little bit better. We're just going to move really slowly. Inhale, arching our spine, drawing our shoulders onto our back, gaze looking up towards the ceiling. Maybe even dropping your hip bones down a little bit. Just connecting with your breath here for one breath. Just feeling this cow posture. And then exhaling, drawing our navel up towards our spine, really rounding our spine, dropping our head down in between our arms, really accentuating this C curve in cat posture. And then just holding this for one breath. We're going to speed this up a little bit, just knowing that full range of motion that we were just in. Breathing here, moving with our breath. Inhale, and then exhale. Your breath is a bit faster, move at your pace. Just reminding yourself to come into the full expression and that we're in no hurry. Take your time. Come into the complete pose. Moving with each inhale and exhale. Last one. Then coming into tabletop. Here we're going to extend the right leg back, really pointing through those toes, and then we're going to step that foot in between our hands, setting up for low lunge. So moving your left leg back if you need to, and then just breathing here, making sure your knee is over your ankle, and then keeping your fingertips framing your foot, just extending or bending your bent knee, your right knee, a little bit deeper. Feeling that stretch to the left outer hip. Breathing here for one more breath. Then we're going to extend that front leg out, coming into half split. So really pointing those toes towards your face. Keeping your hips up off of your leg. Staying when your fingertips are on your palms. And then just breathing here for 2 breaths, feeling that lengthening through the back of your leg. When your exhale, we're going to bend that knee, coming into low lunge. We're just going to do a bit of a dynamic posture like this, moving really slowly for 2 more times, extending that front leg out, flexing those toes towards you. Maybe this time lengthening your spine by drawing your navel to your spine, lengthen up, and then folding down towards your leg. On your exhale, bending that knee, coming into the low lunge. Holding here for a breath. And then exhaling, extending that leg forward, flexing those toes. Inhale, lengthen. exhale, fold. On your next exhale, we're going to walk our foot out to the edge of the mat, setting up for lizard pose. So doing your variation of lizard pose, so your foot can be parallel to the outside edge, or it can be at a 2 o'clock degree. And then we're going to inhale, lengthen our spine. So drawing our navel to our spine, and then folding forward. Breathing here, relaxing your head down to the mat. Now both forearms do not come onto the mat. Stay up on your hands. And just connecting with your breath. If you're wanting a different variation, you can come onto the pinky toe side of your right foot, dropping your knee out to the side. This just stretches a different area of your outer hip. But if it doesn't feel good, just come back to the regular posture of lizard pose. And once you come into the posture, connecting with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Doing that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Slowly walking your hands back up, bringing your hands back into center, and then releasing that leg back, coming into a brief restorative child's pose. So keeping your legs together, arms in front of you, but resting your arms onto the mat, and then releasing your head down to the mat for a breath. Connecting with your breath here. We're going to come forward again into tabletop, doing the opposite side. So extending that left leg back, really breathing here, feeling that strength, and then stepping that left leg in between your hands. Setting up your foundation for low lunge, so walking that right leg back if you need to, checking to make sure your knees over your ankle, and then breathing here by bending your knee just a little bit deeper, just to accentuate that stretch through the right outer hip, through the left outer hip, feeling maybe even the back of your quadricep lengthening. And then on your next inhale, you're going to straighten your front leg, keeping your hands either on your fingertips or coming flat onto your palms, wherever your range of motion is. Really flexing those left toes towards you, feeling that lengthening through the back of your leg. Inhaling and exhaling, making sure you're keeping your hips up. Breathing here for 1 more breath. And then bending that knee, coming into that dynamic posture we did on the opposite side. So coming into low lunge again, coming onto your fingertips or your palms, and breathing here for a breath. On your exhale, extending the leg forward, really flexing those toes. Feel the lengthening in your spine. Maybe this time engaging your core, drawing your navel to your spine, lengthening, and then folding your leg toward, or folding your body towards your leg. Breathing here. On your next exhale, bending that knee, coming into low lunge. One last time. Connecting with your breath here, feeling that release, exhaling any tension, and then exhale, straightening your leg, coming into half splits. One last time. You can lengthen through the spine, and exhale, folding your torso to meet your leg. Connecting with your inhale and exhale. And then bending that knee, and then walking your left foot to the outside edge of your mat, setting up for lizard on the opposite side. Putting your foot in the same posture you had on the right side. So if you were parallel, doing the left side the same, or pointing it out at 10 o'clock, and then lengthen through the spine, walking your hands out and down, coming onto your forearms if you're able to bring both forearms onto the mat. And relaxing your shoulders, releasing your head, and then connecting with your breath. Breathing here. If you want to come onto the pinky toe side of lizard pose, you can open the leg out to the side. And just breathing here. Just feeling that stretch through the left outer hip, the right outer hip, even through your upper back. Just releasing any tension. Inhaling in and down, exhaling to release. We'll do this just for a few more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. On your next exhale, we're going to walk our hands back up towards us, walking our foot back into center, and then stepping it back into tabletop and then to child's pose. From here, we're going to come into sat pose. So coming up to tabletop quickly and then sweeping our legs out in front of us, extending our legs out, coming into a very active posture. So really flexing those feet, those toes towards you, activating your entire leg, like you're standing. So you want to be able to touch your top thighs and they are active. And then we're going to draw our shoulders onto our back, bringing our palms face down beside our hips. Breathing here, engaging our core, drawing our navel to our spine, and then slightly tucking our chin down. Maybe closing your eyes, keeping them open, and just really feel this active posture. It might seem like it's not that challenging in the beginning, but once you stay in it for a few breaths, you can feel a little bit of vibration, a little bit of effort. So you're activating all of your muscles to keep you as still and active as possible. Holding for one more breath. We're going to keep the left leg extended. We're going to bring that right heel to our left hip bone. Dropping that right knee down as much as you can. You're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine, lifting up, drawing our navel to our spine, then exhale, reaching forward, keeping that left leg active, either reaching for your calf, your ankle, your toes, whatever your range of motion is, and then releasing your head down towards your legs. Making sure you're keeping an active core, so making sure you're keeping your navel pulled towards your spine so you have a nice long straight back. And then connecting with your breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. One last time. And coming up, extending both legs, and then just shaking them out. Doing the opposite leg, so really extending through that right foot, activating that foot, really flexing those toes. We're going to bring the left heel up towards our right hip bone. Dropping that knee down towards the mat as much as you can. We're going to set up our foundation, so drawing our navel to our spine, lifting our arms up, and then extending and reaching towards those right toes, calf, or ankle, wherever your range of motion is. And then slowly lowering your torso down towards your extended right leg. Breathing here. Checking in with your foundation. See if your belly is let loose. Engaging your core, drawing your navel to your spine. Then lengthen up. And then exhale. See if you can fold a little bit deeper. Breathing here for 2 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Release it all. Shake it out. We're going to come into bow pose before we come down to laying on our backs. So we're going to come to sitting on our sits bones. We're going to come bringing our legs parallel up and then extending our arms out to our side. Breathing here, keeping a nice long straight spine, bringing our chest towards our legs. Holding here, if you feel called and powerful today, you can extend your legs straight, feeling that vibration, making sure you're keeping your chest up towards your legs, smiling, holding, inhaling, and exhaling for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, last one, bending your knees, releasing, and then slowly rolling down to your back. And then we're going to roll onto our bellies and flip around so that our faces are at the front of our mat. Kind of a little twirly twirl. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. So really gluing those toes onto the mat. Coming onto our forearms, drawing our elbows under our shoulders, and then just breathing here, dropping our front of our body down towards the mat. Making sure we're drawing our shoulders onto our back. Gaze is just looking in front of you slightly. And then just breathing here, connecting with your breath to feel your lower back release. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. And then we're going to come to seal pose, so bringing those arms out to the outside edge of your mat. Planting your hands down, fingers spread wide, and then lifting up, gluing those toenails onto the mat. And just breathing here in seal posture, drawing your shoulders onto your back. Connecting. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Exhale, coming down, planting your hands under your shoulders, curling your toes under. We're going to slowly push up and back into downward facing dog. Pedaling their dog out to begin with, so bending and straightening opposite legs. Just setting up your foundation, spreading your fingers nice and wide, drawing your shoulders onto your back. And maybe just coming into the full expression, so rooting down through both heels, maybe bending your knees if you're feeling your legs are really tight, and then pushing your torso towards your thighs. Gaze looking either between your feet or up towards your belly button. Head is in between your arms. And then we're going to slowly walk our hands and our feet towards the middle of our mat. Once you're at the middle of your mat, we're going to sit down. And we're going to come into a wide-legged stretch here. So bringing your legs as wide as possible. You can stay facing forward, or if you want to come on the long edge of the mat, you're welcome to turn. Making sure we're keeping our legs nice and active. If you need to sit on blankets so your hips are tilted forward, sometimes our hips are really tight and then tilted back, so it makes it more challenging. So you can sit on a blanket if you like. I'll demonstrate for you guys. Blanket, and now I'm able to roll a bit more forward. Activating your legs, spreading them as wide as possible. We're going to inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, engaging your core, drawing your navel to the spine, reaching forward, dropping your hands down, and then reaching forward, seeing if you can come onto your forearms. Dropping, releasing your head. Breathing here, seeing if your abdomen has become not engaged. And then engage it, drawing your navel to your spine. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more breaths. Making sure your feet stay active, your legs stay active. Inhale and exhale. One last breath. Inhale and exhale, slowly rolling up. We're going to come for one more posture before Shavasana. We're going to come to laying on our backs. I'm going to come to the side so you can see. I'm laying on your back. We're going to bring our knees over our hips and then our shins parallel to our mat. And then from here, you can bring your arms, palms facing down and a large T, or cactus arms with palms facing up. Whatever you feel called to, do that. And then just check in with your lower spine, making sure it's flush against the mat. And so once you have your legs set up, we're going to slowly drop them over towards the left. Making sure we keep our shins parallel. And you can grab your right knee with your left hand to activate it a bit more. Drawing your right shoulder down, gaze can look up towards the ceiling or over towards the right. And just closing your eyes, connecting with your breath, slowing your breath down if it's increased. By doing those big, long inhales and exhales. Inhale and exhale. One last breath in and out. And coming back up to center. Giving yourself a little hug, drawing your head towards your knees. And then setting up your foundation, so making sure your knees are over your hips and your legs are parallel. And then dropping them over towards the right. Keeping those shins parallel, making sure you're not bending them in. And then bringing that right hand to the left leg, just to intensify the posture a little bit if you feel called. And then rooting down through those left shoulders. Gaze can look up towards the ceiling or over towards the left. Just breathing here, connecting with your breath. Slowing it down as we're getting ready to end our class. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling one last time. In and out. Coming back up to center. Bringing your feet mat width apart and then just windshield wipering your legs down towards the ground. So you're moving them away from your body so they become straight. Setting up for your Shavasana. Once you're all the way down. Breathing here. Making sure your feet are splaying out to the side, mat width apart. Drawing your shoulders onto your back. Arms are away from your body. Palms are facing up. Slightly tucking your chin in towards your upper chest. Closing your eyes. And just thanking yourself. You did it. Made it here to the final resting posture. And now I invite you to come into some silence. Just going to breathe here in silence. Your mind might start to wander as you begin to think about what you need to do today. I invite you to thank those thoughts and then come back to your breath, focusing on your inhale and your exhale for the next 2 minutes. I'll let you know when you are good to move. Just enjoy this present moment. Beginning now. Slowly start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Deepening your breath, waking your body back up. I invite you to inhale, bring your legs together and your arms overhead. Reach, 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 and then exhale, release. Picking a side and then rolling over to that side and staying in fetal position for one breath. And then slowly rolling your body up, meeting me in the middle of your mat in a comfortable seated position. Gently closing your eyes, drawing your hands to heart center. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for moving your body. Thank yourself for showing up and moving your body. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful weekend. From my heart to your heart, namaste.